Hello all, we are here for one more lesson of this 4MCAD training video course, and the topic for today it is how to create simple entities. I'll try not to make a very long lesson and try to be as short as possible. So these simple entities are the most easy creations we can do inside a software. And all of them are inside this draw menu. So we have lines, circles, arc that we'll start to see. So the first entity that I want to show you, it's a line, the easiest one. And the line, as you can see and you know already, just you have a couple of different methods, but we can pick one point and then pick another point or give the coordinates inside space. So, and a line, it is done. Beside line, we can do another very simple entity, circle. And circle, we have a couple of different possibilities. The first one, just give it a point and then drag your mouse and you'll define the radius, or you can define the value in this command line. So very simple. Then we can do basically the same. Instead of giving the radius, you'll give the diameter. Okay, the same method. We can draw a circle also by 2 points or 3 points. So one point and another point. Basically, the 2 points define the diameter of the circle. And if it is 3 points, it's a little different. The 3 points cannot be collinear, so 1 point, second point, and the third point, these will define the circle. After this, we can have this tangent radius. For example, we can pick 3 entities, 1, 2, 3, and sorry because we have these snaps. So again, tangent radius, so tangent, and the radius, it can be, for example, 5. And then we have a circle that is a tangent to 2 entities that could be 2 circles, 1 circle and 1 line, whatever you want. We have also the possibility to do tangent. So 3 tangents. For example, tangent, and another one. So there is only one solution for this case. The last one, it is convert an arc to circle. I will show you the arc, which is the following group. First, for example, by 3 points, it is basically the same as on the circle, but now instead of doing the circle, we'll do only an arc. And coming back, convert arc to circle, you choose the arc and it's completed by this function to a full circle. So jumping again, arc, and the arc has a lot of possibilities, but if you look, basically they are the same, where you give the functions in different orders. So for example, start point, center point, and end point, and you have center, start, end, and there are other possibilities, but as you can see, always the start point down here a lot of center, here the end points, and then there are some variants which are the angle, which in fact it is an included angle, and the length of the chord. You have also by the radius or the direction. There are a lot of possibilities, but very similar to one another. I will not show all of them. Let us see, for example, the easiest one, start, center, end. So start, center, and end. So there is the possibility also to do at this point the angle or the length of the chord. So it is quite easy, and you just play a little with these functions. Another group of entities are the ellipses, and the ellipses are similar. Elliptical arcs are the same as circles for the arcs, because an elliptical arc is an ellipse not complete. So one of the functions, for example, ellipse, axis, so one point, the other extremity, and now the minor axis, and there is an ellipse. Basically, it is the same. You can call it the length of the full axis of the ellipse, or other names, but all come around to these functions. Another type of entity, and we mentioned this type of entity in one of the previous lessons, that is called point. And the point, it is not a special type of entity. It's something that it has very specific possibilities. But to show you, the most easiest way it is to make a single point. So you just click and you make a point, a mark like this one. We can have, instead of doing this, we can make multiple points. So you make one and the command continues, and you can click more locations and you continue to make points. So this is how to make points. But as you can see, in this moment he's doing only this little mark, and in some situations you may need to have a different look for these points. So in fact the point command has two modes. So you need to first to set the appearance of the point, and then you make the points. So in here we are doing the points, but we can and we should format the points before. So menu format, point style, and this dialog box is open. We can reach this dialog box also by tools drawing aids, as we've done before for other functions. And down here, change settings for points, and I can choose the display type of the point. So I'm using the simplest type. I will choose one a little more complex, so this one, and I can change the size of the point in terms of percentage of the screen size, okay, as a percentage or as an absolute size. I will make this as a percentage of the screen. So just do the OK, and the points that you may have inside your drawing area are immediately changed for the new configuration. So now it was the same. If you do other points, they will have this kind of look. But you have a couple more possibilities inside the points. So points, you have also the possibility to divide or to measure a certain length on top of one entity. For example, divide, and you can select one line or one arc. I will select this line. I can say the number of segments where the number to divide the entity, for example 8, and as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it did not split the line, but in fact put points to make equal length in all of these divisions. This is the divide, but we can do also the measure, and it was a little different because I can choose this time an arc, and I can measure, for example, I don't know the size of this, but for example 1.5, and starting measures on top of the entity 1.5 and goes until has no more space. Probably it was, oh, it started this way, sorry, it started from this position, so started here to here, and as you can see the last portion, it is a little smaller than the others, so it's putting points 1.5 millimeters in this case until has space to fit them in our screen. Two more groups of entities, and the first one are the ray lines, and the ray lines are lines that start on a certain point and extend to infinite. So for example ray, and you have a couple of options, so bisectories, horizontal, vertical, on an angle that you can give, or as an offset. So for example 1 point, and now you set the direction to make this semi-infinite line. For example, other possibilities, if you choose one of these options, so for example horizontal, you set the point and it will do horizontal one. For example, if I have, let me try to make something like this, and now ray, and I will choose the bisect, so B, vertex point, okay, I don't have it, but I will choose endpoint. Now again endpoint, and now you see that in real time when I click to this point it will make the bisect, because it is opening the angle and calculating the bisection angle at the same time. Okay, these are the possibilities in terms of the ray lines. You have also another group of entities called construction lines that in fact are infinite lines, and we call them construction lines, but they are basically almost the same as ray lines. But as you can see, the ray line has a starting point. The infinite line or construction line, it has no start point. It has the same options, okay, but if you click 1 point, you see, then it will do for both sides, but the possibilities are the same. Last, you have one more command that we call freehand. I'm not sure the use you can give it to this command, but this is something that you can, as the name says, it's a freehand mode. So first you give the length of the segments, because you will be drawing with your cursor. So I will use this default value. And now when I want to start drawing, I just click in my mouse or do the enter. It's like a pen down. So enter, and now I'm moving. When I do the enter, we'll do pen up, and that's it. And now I have options to erase, to connect, whatever, but basically you can draw as a freehand, and in some specific situation it is a nice function, okay? But basically you can continue, and when it's done you save it. So these are the simple entities, or that I call them simple entities. These are the basic things that you can do inside a program. There are other complex kinds of entities, and I truly hope that these explanations and examples were clear enough. Anyway, again, I repeat always the same sentence. Any help, any questions, you know how to reach us, so we will be here to clarify wherever you put us.